let me turn off my Wi-Fi too. So it says that we are live. So let's just double check and make sure if we really are live. Let's see. All right, we are. So, and I see we got a couple of people popping in. So we are back for another Woman in Biz interview. And so, and somebody is telling me, yes, you're live. I don't know who that is, but I see it says Facebook user. And the only reason why I can't see who it is because you have to give StreamYard. There's a link in the comment section where you can actually give StreamYard permission to see your name and your profile picture. But nonetheless, thank you so much for letting me know that we're live. Look, friend, I'm gonna just say Facebook friend. So I'm Shontaye Hawkins, and I have Dr. Michelle Harris here with me today for a special conversation, given all of the things that's going on in the country, the increased levels, right, of stress, anxiety, overwhelm, fear, all of the uncertainty surrounding just like from day to day, what's going to happen, what's closing, what's opening, what can I do?
Yes.
Baby's home from school. So it's a lot changing in a really, really short time frame. And so I thought it was important to bring you in to talk to us about self-care under pressure. It is so, so important. So Dr. Harris, I'm gonna call you Michelle because, like,
please call me Michelle. Please do. Please call me Michelle.
I'll be like Dr. Michelle, Dr. Harris, Michelle. Look, I'm gonna be all over the place today.
Right. Michelle, fine. Please.
I'm gonna call you everything, Michelle. Girl, listen. Hey, all of that. So I'm gonna read your bio, and then I'll allow you to tell us a little bit more about who you are, and then we'll get into talking about some self-care. All right. So Dr. Harris is the founder and CEO of A New Health Solutions, a community-driven self-care space for Christian women who need a spiritual refill after pouring everything they have into other people. She has authored 2 books, Healing from Invisible Wounds and The Stress Factor. I like that, both of those. Dr. Harris is not only an expert on stress management and compassion fatigue, but she also provides holistic counseling and life coaching to ensure her clients achieve mental, physical, and spiritual wellness. So thank you so much, Dr. Harris, for being here.
Thank you. And please call me Michelle.
Okay, Michelle, sorry. I'm gonna behave. I can follow. You know, some people get real particular about their titles and
I'm not. No, please.
They were like, look, I paid too much money for you not to call me doctor. I'm like, oh, okay, doctor. Yeah. So tell us, Michelle, who is, that was your short bio. And I know there's so much that you could share with us about who Michelle is, but just tell us quickly, who is Michelle?
Well, Michelle is a woman who loves to see women to get to their next level, to walk in their God-given vision. That is my purpose and my plan. I've been in the mental health field for about 16, 17 years, providing counseling to an array of individuals and families, but I wanted to start shifting towards a mind, body, and spirit wellness because dealing with my own issues, working in ministry, and also, seeing a lot of people that are in leadership positions that do not often take care of themselves because we constantly give to other people. That's my mission, and my goal is to help women, to assist them. First of all, I'm a midwife. I help to push them towards their destiny and also for them to walk on their purpose and plan.
I love it. All right. So I see we got Diana saying, okay, that's Diana and Jacqueline. Hello. Hey, Linda. So we got several people hanging out with us. So we're going to talk about self-care under pressure. And aren't we all, it just feels so funny, going into the grocery store or any store at this point and going out in public, you can just feel this I don't even know how to describe it. It's just this funny, weird feeling like
Mm-hmm.
everybody is there, but like nobody's really smiling, nobody's really upbeat, if you will. It's almost like you see when you see people, yes, they're doing whatever they're, doing in that moment, but it's almost like they're beat down. So
Mm-hmm.
uh we need we need some tools, some strategy. So we need some stuff. We need some help. So
Yes.
what are some symptoms that service-based business owners could see, especially right now during this time?
Well, one of the things that we often do as leaders and service based leaders is because we give so much to other people that we often ignore I would say, minor triggers until they are at a magnitude. For
Mm,
example, someone cuts you off and you more irritable than usual. You're not sleeping at night. You're staying up constantly. You're not able to focus. Those are things that are minor things that when we start not paying attention to it, or we just start ignoring, that they can build up to other things where we feel more depressed, we feel weighed down, we feeling like we're not fulfilled. And a lot of times when we're constantly giving to people as a service-based leader, professional, and
mm,
we are trying to do our best for our people, the people that we serve, our customers, that we negate the fact that we have to make sure that our cup is full, and we're
mm,
constantly pouring from an empty cup. And we have to know that those things, when you start feeling that frustration, that time when you're doing tasks and you cannot stay on task, you feel like you start going around in circles, and
mhm,
things are not just getting done, and you're feeling overwhelmed. And I
mm,
know that even though we are saying that we are the best, we're go-getters, we're hustlers,
mhm,
but having that hustler mentality sometimes cannot be the best for us, because we're constantly going on gas that's going to eventually go out. So
mm.
how do you have that time when you start seeing those symptoms of feeling more frustrated, not able to sleep at night, not eating properly, and having that worry within inside of you, and your temper, everything, those types of things that you can see that, okay, now I'm beginning to feeling a little more stressed than usual.
Okay, so I think we can probably all agree that we have encountered, maybe we're not stressed in this very moment, right? But
Mhm.
I believe we can all agree that we've experienced some level of stress, overwhelm, um, in the last couple of weeks, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and it's so funny because you can see it in the grocery store, honestly. Like you go
Mhm.
into the grocery store and all of the fruits and vegetables are fully stocked. And there are no chips, there's no there's none of
Yeah.
the none of the treats, all of the treats and snacks are gone. But fruits and vegetables, everybody's walking past those like, oh, I don't want that. I want some Doritos. Where are my Doritos or some Cheetos? Stuff like that. So, what can we? I mean, I can even say like I have minimized my amount of time that I am viewing my timeline on Facebook. I
Mhm.
go and check notifications for my pages and my groups, and check my inbox, but I am not doing like the scroll of because one thing is everybody is now a news journalist.
Right.
Everybody
Right.
is sharing
Right.
everything, right?
Mhm.
And so even though you may be following a news outlet and you get the information from them, now you get it 10 more times potentially because of everybody that's sharing it. And so it just can get to be too much, right? So what can we do right now? Like, what are some things that because we talked about symptoms, right? Of, okay, you're feeling frustrated. You're feeling like you may not notice it right away, but you're you're running low, right? Your tank is running low.
Yes.
You're feeling frustrated. You're feeling exhausted. You're not sleeping at night. And I know for me, I can have it. It can be difficult to go to bed I don't if I'm just scrolling on Facebook,
Mhm.
the phone just itself, right?
Mhm.
That light. can keep me up for another couple of hours or longer before I can actually really wind down. So what can we do right now? What are some things that we can, especially as service-based business owners or even just business owners in general, what are some things that we can do?
Mm-hmm.
Like give us one thing or a couple of things. Give us some, like, look, Michelle, we need some help. Help the people.
Well, one thing that is so important is something you said, because it's scientifically proven that if you're scrolling on your phone or you are at a place, it's a light that causes for you to have activity, and it's harder for you to go to sleep. I always
Yeah.
tell my clients to watch your wind up and your wind down. Meaning,
Mm.
how is it that you're going to start your day? Do you take time out, or do you just get out of bed and just start rushing and doing the things that you need to do? Or do you take at least 15 minutes? And I tell people, just try 15 minutes, because they say, Michelle, I have so much to do. I don't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
What you make a priority for is what you're going to do. And one thing that we have to know as a service-based professional leader, business owner, that we want to be able to give our best to the people that we serve. So it's an obligation. It's an obligation for us, that because we do them a disservice when we're not on our A game.
Yeah.
And so we have to watch how we wind up. For me, myself, I have my meditation time, music time, dance time, whatever it is to start my day, because I want to be able to have my mind clear. So whenever I'm doing my task, I kind of know what I need to do for the day. And I'm not just jumping up, trying to get ready, and getting rushed. Whether it is about 15 minutes out of that time. And when I know that there's going to be a stressful week, I set aside time. Just like we have a schedule, we have our cell phones, right?
Yeah.
Put it on your phone and in your schedule. Okay, when that alarm goes off or that time comes off, I'm going to take some time away. I'm going to take a time out and a break, and then watch your wind down time. What is your time? Are you just trying to just go to bed? Because when you have, sometimes many people, they on their computers in the bed. Okay.
I do not take,
Yes.
I keep it in the office. It's like, it's a rare occasion that I will actually take it and I'm doing something from the bed. But I just am real strict about, no, my bedroom is my, like, that's
and you have
not for work.
Yes, and you have to do that because you're training your brain. You're training your brain to say, okay, well, this is time to do work. This is not time to go to sleep. You have to train your brain that when I have wind down time, like today I had a busy week. I've had interviews. So whenever I get, from finished with this interview, I'm going to watch a favorite movie. I'm just going to take a warm bath. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to do something to wind down so I won't feel like, because it takes a while for your body and your mind to get in a place where it's able to rest. So having a time to kind of decompress, having some time to be able to wind down, have some time to be able to say, okay, let me get focused, and then celebrate the wins that you've had. Because a lot of times when we are stressed out and we're dealing with so much and we feel like we haven't gotten anything accomplished, I always start out whatever session that I do or whatever I do, right down at the end of the day, man, I got this accomplished, I got that accomplished. Celebrate those small wins, because a lot of times we look for the big things. And if the big thing has not come through, or that little thing that that contract that I wanted, or that person that I wanted to serve, they said no. Well, who said yes? Well, I was working on this big project. Well, did you make a little step to it? Were you able to save a little money that you didn't say? Did you not eat that sweet that you said that you were going to say on your diet? Celebrate those small things. Celebrate you in the process.
So that really, okay, so you're hitting on a couple of things that I teach my clients and talk to them about a lot, because it's something that I've done, and it's for a while, which is when I get up in the morning, that's my meditation, prayer, journaling time. So I start off with either sometimes lemon water, sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. It just depends. But I always get a warm beverage, water, and then also I start my meditation, my prayer, my journaling time. And I also, at night, for me, so I'm not a big TV person. I will occasionally watch a movie, but for me, reading. And sometimes I'm catching up on some other things like I may journal a couple of things. Like my brain is still going because I'm high, lots of ideas as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. So I just do a brain dump of things and I just put it in my journal, but I can then go to bed
Yes.
peacefully. And also, just like you said, kind of going back through what were the good things that happened today. So really kind of maintaining, I think what you're really saying to us is learning to maintain a state of gratitude and
Mm-hmm.
finding the good and the joy in the day, no matter what.
Yes. Yes.
Because especially like right now, I think I think we all forgot. I won't say we all forgot, but I will say some of us may have forgotten how blessed we are,
Yeah.
right? You know?
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is that, and I could just say personally, when you're in a place, you're in a place.
Yeah.
And, no matter, because a lot of times, what we typically say when we pass one another on the street? Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are
Mhm.
you? Hey, how are you? I'm doing well. We go to church. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. God bless the Lord. And we're claiming and we're over there shouting. Got chains over us, mind all over the place. It's like, be real with who you are. I am not okay. And that
Yeah.
when I had to realize that it is okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And when you said, I had you when you talked about journaling, you have to take out your trash. When you
Mm.
continue to leave your trash can and your bins continue to fill up, it's gonna come out eventually. Whether it's me being more frustrated, me not being my best on my game, on my job, me withdrawing from family and friends. So if I do not take that time out to unleash all that stuff and know that when I am in a moment, sometimes I have to allow myself to have a moment. Have your temper
Mm.
tantrum. Do whatever you need to do, but dust
Yeah.
it off. You have to allow yourself to have those moments. Allow yourself to be weak. Allow yourself to have that vulnerability. Reach out to your support team. If you have people, I call them valley walkers. I love
Mm.
having valley walkers because
Mm.
those valley walkers are going to be those that are going to push you. Those are the ones, and I'm not talking to everybody, not going
Mhm.
to Facebook and saying
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day and they posting comments. I'm talking about people that I can get where I can say, listen, and I don't have to tell you everything. I have sometimes I
Yeah.
people I be like, listen, pray. I am
Mhm.
not in a good place. And they're praying and they're pushing me when I want to give up. They are telling me,
Mhm.
Michelle, they are speaking life into me. They are the
Mhm.
ones who really want me to succeed. And if
Mhm.
I did not have that circle to hold my hand and hold my arms up when I am at that place where I
Yeah.
know that I'm not okay, I don't know where I would be. And a lot of times, even though we have social media, we have these things, but one thing that has really truly happened in this whole process is bringing in the importance of connection. I don't care
Yeah.
how many times you can get on Facebook and do this, that, and the third. It's nothing like that true connection.
Yeah.
And as a service-based owner, you have to be able to have people that have your mindset to say, you know what, girl, no, you need to keep pushing. No,
Mhm.
let's try this idea. No, have people that you have creative ideas you can bounce off of because they're not normal friends are not going to speak your language.
Mhm.
Your friends in your neighborhood used to play with, and if they're not on that level, I have my friends that I can go out with. We have a good time. But when it's business, I know who I need to talk to. I
Yeah.
can talk to my childhood best friend because she's not thinking on that level.
Yeah.
Not saying there's anything wrong with her, but I have
Yeah.
to have those people that's going to support me.
Yes. So, and it's important, right? Because not everybody, like to your point, is going to understand. Everybody, you may still love them. You grew up with
Mhm.
them. You've been knowing them since kindergarten, but they don't speak the business language. They don't understand that entrepreneurial journey. And it is key. It's really important. And I think there's a high level of stress with, okay, I know some people are wondering, like, how is this going to impact my business? What do I do if this happens and all this kind of stuff? But this has been my mindset and my position is I can't control what they do in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't control what they do. I can't control what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control what happens to the stock market. I don't have that kind of power. Listen, if I did, y'all would not be sitting. I wouldn't be
I know,
here.
listen. I know that's right.
I would be somewhere else. I'm just be honest with you. I wouldn't be.
Right.
I would be somewhere else. And so I can't control other people. I can't. There are things. I think what we what I have started to understand is I can only control Shontaye.
Mm-hmm.
I can only control and source my own happiness and my own peace.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? I just feel like this is a visualization. This is a visual for me. I feel like we're in this storm, right? And some people are like doing like this in the storm.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to a point where you can just stand
Mm-hmm.
and not let the wind move you and break you and bend you like any. And I'm not saying you can't have a moment where you're not doing well that day, but I'm gonna stand in the storm,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's gonna pass.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's gonna pass.
Yes. And I was telling a client today, I said, because she was like, I'm very much of an introvert. I just don't think, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, first of all, what we have to realize is the things that we do is just a resource. God is my source.
Mm-hmm.
If I use that creativity, he's going to make a way. He's going to open up those doors, and you have to stay uncomfortable. To be a business owner, you have to stay uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I said, the reason why you're seeing me today and we're able to do this clarity call is because I stayed uncomfortable. And when you know that you have to get to a place wherein these situations are going to come, it's not the action, it's my reaction. So what is it that I'm going to do to all these things that are happening? How can I be more innovative? How can I bring out the creativity? How can I bring out all of these things that once I thought, I was coasting. And then now it's kind of gotten uncomfortable because, when we get comfortable, I'm going to tell you one thing. When we sit and I lay in our comfortable beds and it's cold, we don't want to get out of that bed. Why? Because it's warm, it's cozy. But you let us get uncomfortable. We're going to be turned up, get high. We're going to be turned up. Oh, Lord.
We're going to take action. We're going to change it. We're going to change the environment.
And as a business owner, you have to be ready for the change anytime and be ready to move. You have to be ready to shift. You have to have a plan A, B, C, D. And if this happens, I'm going to bring out my innovation. I'm going to continue to push on forward. I have people to serve. This is what I have been called to do. Are you called to do it? And what's your motive? Because if your motive is to just get money, if your motive is to just have the status, that's where you're going to feel like, okay, I'm not feeling fulfilled because you're looking at the numbers. You're looking at all the satisfaction of who said this. Did they give me any likes? But when you in you well, and if you don't get one comment, one like, but you're doing the thing out here in the field, you're doing this thing to service your people, that you're attracting the people that you have been called to serve, you're good. It does not mean that you're still going to be blessed. People still are spending money. Like you said, it doesn't mean that they're not doing it. They're just looking for you to be the leader that you need to be. You're looking for you to say, okay, yes, we are going through this, but we're going to make it through. They need for you to be able to be real and say, yes, it's a hard time, but I am here to serve. This is my business. This is what I'm here to do. Because people still need it. They still need whatever it is that you have for them to do. So why not use this time? This will be the greatest time because people are reflecting. They're thinking of their lives. They're thinking about different things, families, whatever it is that you're called to do, whatever it is that you're set to do, be ready to shift. One thing that I always have learned is in business, you're going to fail. In business, obstacles are going to come. But the thing is, what are you going to do when they come? How are you going to handle when you're presented with it? Are you going to have that time you're going to be like, you know what? This is not for me. And if it's not, that's fine. Because
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna just be honest.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, it's two things I'm likely gonna have.
Yes.
I'm gonna have some celery because I like celery. That's one thing I'm gonna have. Okay. And then I might have another kind of treat, like something with icing on it, a cookie, a cake, a piece of a slice of cake, something with. So because I'm not done. I'm not done.
Yes.
I'm not done. So I'm gonna take this minute, do a reset, think about this. Okay, wait a minute. Because here's the thing: a lot of times I know I have a list, a running list of ideas, of things, of domains that I've bought and I'm sitting on. There is no, I have no shortage, and I'm sure everybody that's here, that's even watching the replay as a business owner, there is no shortage of ideas. You are not running low on ideas.
Yes, yes, yes.
Go to your journal. Look at those ideas. Look at those things that you wrote down that you said, you know what? I think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. Well, wait a minute. Oh, this, that, and the other. Now is the time. And it's funny because some people say, I don't have the time. I don't have time. I work a full-time job. I have a family. I have this. I have that. I don't have time. I don't have time. Now you're working from home. Or maybe like and maybe you don't, I don't know, maybe, but you have more time, essentially. A lot of people, the way I look on, when I look on social media now, everybody is like, who's at home? What y'all doing? I'm just, y'all not working. Your boss is not going to get the report he's supposed to have on the 31st because you on social media.
Yes, you have time. If you look at your time, if you scroll on Facebook, if you look at this time that you're watching this live, it's a time you could be working your business.
Not right now, y'all.
Not right now, though, because we need y'all to stay on this
Don't
live.
Don't fully. I mean, I want y'all to listen to what she said, but I don't want y'all to really listen.
Right. Right. But when I started looking at the time that I was on Facebook, the time that like wasted time that I was doing, that I could have been working my business. And the thing about it is that everybody doesn't understand. And it's okay. But looking at the time management, I will tell people, I don't care if you, and some women say, well, I have a child, I have children, you don't understand. Okay, whenever they go to sleep at night, take 15, 30 minutes to write out, work a little bit at a time. And a lot of times we want things done like this because we are in a society where we can go through a drive-through and can get our food within 10 minutes. We can put things in the microwave and we can microwave our meals. We can set our appointment for our doctors online and we can go just sit in there. We already just walk on in. So this is how we expect life to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
As opposed to allowing things to be able to build. When you build a solid foundation as a business owner, that means I have a solid foundation financially, emotionally, spiritually. When I have myself in tune and I have the core of me complete and I'm building that foundation, whenever the situations come, nothing can be able to break it because you're building the foundation. And
you're prepared.
You're preparing, yes. Preparing.
Here's the other thing too. It's like I say this sometimes, and I'll ask business owners this. It's like, so you're wanting all these things to happen now, right? You're wanting more clients. You're wanting all these things, right? You want all this stuff to happen, but when it comes to more clients, when it comes to getting more deals, closing more deals, are you really prepared? Are you prepared for that to happen? And see, so sometimes we are praying for things and it's here, but you're not prepared to receive it yet. You still walking around carrying, unforgiveness. You're carrying, you're not honoring your commitment. So you're praying and asking God for more of this, but you haven't even honored what he's already given you.
Right.
So that thing that you're praying for is just really essentially waiting for you to do the work to release it, right?
To release it. And a lot of times, we talked about the other day on one of my groups was that when I did a live, I talked about how if you think about a lot of stars who have the money, you read about the young lady who had millions of dollars. She committed suicide. The man who traveled around the world to places that I couldn't even think of what it was. He committed suicide. You look at Michael Jackson, who was one of the greatest singers in the world, greatest entertainer, but he was not happy because he didn't have inner peace. And you can have everything in the world. You can have 10 million clients. But if you do not have this inner peace and this core of you complete, if you holding on to what mom and daddy did to you when you were a child, if you're holding on to that ex who hurt you, and you're holding in that
And
anger
that was 15 years ago. And that was 15, 20.
15 years ago, and you're holding in all of this stuff, you are carrying the weight. That's why Erica Badu said pack light. You cannot go to that next level. Did she say pack light?
She did. Now you got me. Now you got me kind of rocking because I'm like, oh,
Right.
y'all don't try to download this recording and try to profit from this, because no, that's my song.
Yeah, but she said it. She said it best.
Yeah.
You like you're gonna have to release all those things because you're carrying in all of that baggage. You're carrying all that weight, and you're not able to release all of that. You have to have the complete you, done.
How do we how do we recognize that we don't have inner peace? What does that, you understand what how do I know that I don't have inner peace? How do I know? Right? Some people are like, I'm cool. I'm cool. But
Right.
I know, I mean, me personally, I can tell you I have it. I haven't always had it, though. I thought I probably did, but I maybe didn't even understand it. But how do you tell us, how do we know if we have inner peace?
If you have something that somebody does to you that is a reminder of your past, and you immediately want to shut down and you have anger, that's a sign. If they mention someone's name or that telephone rings and it comes through and your eyes are like, ooh, and you ready to go off, that's a sign. If you have things ruminating in your mind sometimes about various things that has happened to you, or
5 years ago, 15 years ago, 35 years ago.
Yes, if you're still holding on to that and things, you thought that, and sometimes people may think that they're good, but then it can be triggers that may happen. They may go to a new relationship and they may do something that's similar. So they're like, I'm not going there. Or a person may have had a situation that happened in school as a business owner. They're lacking the confidence because they're like, when I read that poem in school and the kids picked with me and I was bullied, so now I don't feel confident. The lack of confidence is a sign that I need to release. Those are things that
okay, I recognize it. I recognize the signs. If someone recognizes the sign, they don't have inner peace. How do they accomplish that? Like, how do they get to this place of inner peace?
Well, that's a process. That truly is a process. And the thing about it is that when people, first of all, it's initially recognizing it and knowing that, that I do need to have some work within me to do some inner work. And if it's to a point wherein I need to write a letter of forgiveness, you can write a letter of forgiveness to let go. You can begin to do certain things. If I'm having a place wherein, if you're working with Ms Shontaye and you all are working through various things with lack of confidence, I can practice with her and talk with her about it, practice in front of the mirror if it's something that I have a lack of confidence in. If it's something wherein I'm dealing with people that I have forgiveness for, if I'm able to have those hard conversations, not through text messaging. And sometimes,
some people got a lot. They got a lot of courage on that keyboard.
Oh yeah. Some things do not need to be said
on the text message. It's just not appropriate for a text message.
Yeah, you need to have conversation. And it may be some people that may have died and gone on. And what I had to realize, and even in some situations when I coach people, is sometimes you're not going to get an apology. So I have to be able to, and what we have to realize is that forgiveness is not for them, it's for me to be able to release. Because they've gone on with their lives. I'm the one that's still holding on to the hurt, the pain. And then some people have dealt with some real stuff. And I'm just going to go a little deeper, because a lot of people have dealt with molestation. A lot of people have dealt with physical abuse. A lot of people have dealt with domestic violence. And they're at a place where I'm trying to move on forward, but it has affected my ability to have healthy relationships. It's affected my ability, even as a business owner, that I might be trying to develop these connections, but I have a lack of trust due
Mm,
to somebody violating me, or all those things that has happened. So those things you need to get with a counselor, a coach, somebody that can really help you to really start processing that, or get some books. Some books will be able to help you to be able to start processing those things. Reading, like you said, reading on some things to really help you get connections with some people
mhm.
online. If you're able to get with some groups that you can really start processing those things and start working through those things.
I really think like in those instances, you really should work with someone. They should work with someone like you. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
yes, start working with someone like you, and then yes, those other things are more secondary, right? I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
primary thing you should do is have a counselor, have someone who is a professional in that area that can guide you through that process. I mean, like some of the stuff, I mean, I journal, I meditate, I pray, and I feel like there's so many different kinds of meditations on. I mean, YouTube, you can pull up a meditation for just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and 5 minute meditation, 10 minute meditation, longer than that. It just depends on, what you're willing to do. But people say I don't have time. And I can tell you that I get more done on the days when I slow down and
Mm-hmm.
take the time for me than I do on the days when I jump up out of the bed and I'm like, oh my God, let me just go do these things, blah, 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 blah. And now the day is over and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. And I didn't get any of the things done that I really wanted to,
Right.
right? Because I let other things sway me and pull me in a lot of different directions rather than really taking the time for myself to focus. I think that's a big part of meditation. That's one of
Mm-hmm.
the benefits is this clarity and focus.
Yes.
And I get so so many ideas, so many downloads during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, Michelle, how do they get in touch with you? Because we talked about this, and I don't, and we're gonna go. We got a couple more questions, but I want to just for anybody that may need to reach out to you, let's go ahead and just tell them how they can contact you now,
Okay.
because some of this stuff they do need to have a conversation, right? It's not just a matter of, oh, let me get my journal and plug like and then get my earbuds and do a meditation, through YouTube or whatever. it may
Right.
be it may be something a little more serious, right? And right now, that on top of what's happening in the country,
Mm-hmm.
right, you might be at your breaking point. I pray that no one is, but
Mm-hmm.
tell the people how they can get in touch with you, Michelle.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. You can find me on Facebook, Dr. Michelle Harris, or you can go to my website, www.thenewhealthsolutions.com, and you can apply to schedule a free clarity call with me. And on that clarity call, you'll get a 30-minute clarity session where we talk about your goals, what it is you would like to see, and then we start developing a plan and see if we would be a good fit. If not,
Awesome.
I would definitely get you with someone, or give you resources. Whatever it is, I will have resources out for you.
Awesome. So, you guys, if you need to reach out to her, do that. Okay, so Michelle, how does someone show up when they do not feel like it? Because we all have those days where it's like, man, I wish this was Saturday, right? Or oh my goodness, my calendar, oh my goodness, like you feel fine the night before when you go to bed, but
Mm-hmm.
you wake up, I guess, on the wrong side. How do we show up when we don't feel like it?
Remind yourself of your purpose.
Mm,
Remind yourself of your purpose. I keep in my office, and I keep in my on my bedroom. I keep that on my bedroom mirror.
mm,
My plan and my purpose. You have to remind yourself of your purpose, because with so much that's going on, and you have so much pressure, you have to worry about how I'm going to pay this. You have to worry about what next strategy I need to do. It can get very overwhelming. So you have
mhm,
to take a time out and write out your mission statement. I know you probably work with your clients on that, of writing
mhm,
your not your mission statement for your business, I'm talking
Mhm.
about your personal mission statement, and realize the gift that you have within inside of you. Talk
Mhm.
about yourself, brag on yourself.
Mhm.
We are special women. We are a special gift. You were created with a special purpose and plan. There is no one else like Michelle. There's no one else like Shontaye. There's no one else like Alicia. There's no one else like any one of us, because we were designed no carbon copy. You may favor your mom, you may look like your grandmother, but you are created for a special purpose and plan.
Right. You might look like your daddy. Who knows what?
Right. 'Cause I favor my mom and I say a lot of things. They be like, you sound just like your grandma, but she has a different plan to me, different
She had
plan.
a different purpose. Her journey is different.
Our journey was different.
Yeah.
And so you have to know your personal, and you have to pull those things out, that when I am in that place, allow myself to have that time out. Because it's been some days that I've done something, and I've had a whole day and I've done nothing. And
Mhm.
I didn't do anything because I was trying to go and I'm thinking I'm doing something and have not accomplished anything. So that's
Mhm.
why it's so very important to have that time to write out what is my personal mission statement. So when I do feel like I want to give up, when I feel like I don't want to go and I want to throw in the towel, when that client who's supposed to be paying that invoice did not pay it, when that
Mhm.
person has said, they said no, when I try to do my best for them, when I've been trying to give so much to people and I feel like they don't appreciate, I have to remember what my mission is. What
Mhm.
is my purpose? What is my personal mission statement?
But
And
I think, and and you're right about that. But I think sometimes this is just, I want everybody to really take this away and understand is that who you are, your purpose, your design, your gifts, your talents are not attached to whether or not somebody pays the invoice. It's
yeah,
not attached to what they do in the White House if they pass a whatever relief bill, stimulus bill. It's
right.
not tied to whether or not they send you a check or not. It's
Mhm.
not that you have to detach, right? And it's not about being, this robot. And I'm not saying that because yes, I have moments where I'm like, oh my God, what am I crying for? Okay.
Right.
Okay. Like, okay, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? And then I work through that and go get back to it.
Mhm.
So it's understanding and acknowledging that my purpose, my gifts, my talents don't change.
Mhm. Mhm.
Whether if somebody signs the contract, if they pay the invoice, if they if they close down the restaurants, if we can't go to the gym, if we can't like, right? I mean, does it, Michelle? I mean, I
It doesn't change at all. It doesn't change who you were. It doesn't change your vision. It doesn't change what God has put inside for you to do. It doesn't change. Period. So what is, whenever I have that time, like I said before, allow yourself to have that moment, but don't
Mhm.
stay there.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to be able to have that moment, but don't stay there. Get up and be like, okay, because it's been plenty of times I tell people, they be like, oh my gosh, that live was so awesome. And I'll be like, you don't know what I had to go through to get to do that live and do what
To
I needed
show
to
up for
do.
you like that, to show up for you like that. But I think this is a good point is you showed up for them because you took your feelings, right? You acknowledge, okay, I'm feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm here to serve. There's somebody that I need, like even
Mm-hmm.
if it's one person, right, on that live, or if it's, and it may not be that moment, it may be a replay. Somebody may hear the replay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you showing up for them, show up for your people, show up for the people that you are supposed to serve,
Yeah.
right?
And we can't trust our feelings. Your feeling.
Don't go there, Michelle, because you won't make me
Your feelings will have you closing down your business the next day and then trying to open it back up by Friday. Your
talking
feelings,
about talking about
listen,
I I think I'm gonna do this now.
mm-hmm,
think I think this not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you're basing that on the fact that you had a bad moment, because you can have a bad moment. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to. We take a moment and say we have a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have a bad day. You got a roof over your head. Like, count your blessings,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. And so,
Right.
yes. And it's so, and like you said, showing the gratitude. And
Mm,
then, and when you're having that, like you said, your feelings, you can't trust it. And then being, a person says, I'm a jack of all trades. No, you're not. People that
mm-mm,
have all these 10, unless you're a person that have a lot of people working under you, like you were Steve Harvey, then you're able to do it. But if you
mhm.
have 10 small businesses that you're doing, something's going to be torn up somewhere. You have people that you look on their page on Facebook, you don't really know what they do. They don't have a defined plan. One day you see them, they talking about they work with, individuals that have something, but then the next time they selling Shakeology and they doing beach body stuff. Then the next thing, I'm like, what is it that you do?
And you can do that. Here's the thing: you can have multiple passions and interests, but what I say: you don't want to work on all of them at the same time.
Same time, right? Because number one, you're going to confuse your base, your client base. And then when you're going by your feelings on what you feel like is working good for you. So how can I really get something going and moving? And it's nothing wrong with having multiple businesses, but have you set the foundation for one to be able to go to the next?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and that's where you talk about when feelings when, because I've done it
Mhm.
before. And I did the beachology, shakeology, and all that stuff. Didn't like the stuff. Stuff was nasty. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I didn't like the, I didn't like it. Didn't know I was a person. I'm talking about health wise, but I was not a person who wanted to do exercise. I knew that was not my thing, but I felt like it wasn't working. I'm gonna go do this. You know what I mean? Got off
Yeah,
my mission statement because of how I felt, because I felt like it wasn't working. I
yeah.
felt like, this was not falling into in line what I feel like. So I decided to shift as opposed to keeping my focus and my plan of what it is that I feel like I was led to do in life.
Yeah, you made a good point earlier talking about this, where you were saying it's such a fast paced economy and world. We're used to being able to pull up through a drive through, get dinner. We're used to being able to go to the bank, make a deposit. I mean, we're used to being able to do things super, super fast. And so that then we translate that to our business. We treat our business like it's a microwave dinner. We want to put it in a microwave, put 2 minutes on, and expect it to be, your goals you've achieved your goals, and it doesn't work that way. But we lose sight of the fact that the journey of it all is where the beauty is. It's not in just the accomplishment. The accomplishment is the beautiful thing too, but when you can look back and say, man,
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and I endured this, and that I'm stronger now, right? I'm wiser
Wow.
because I was able to do this and that. So it makes a difference. And so I got a couple more questions I want to ask. How can you care for yourself while providing service for others? Right. So many of us have clients, so that we're supporting.
Mm-hmm.
How can we take care of ourselves while serving our clients, especially right now, Michelle, because right? You're getting emails from every company that you've ever bought anything from, anybody that everybody has a plan right now, just about, right? And so your email inbox, your personal email inbox is blowing up, your business email inbox is blowing up because of all the services there. People we're doing this, this is how we're helping with, this is what we're doing. So how do we continue to take care of ourselves? How can we care for ourselves while also trying to care for our clients?
Okay. First of all, try to develop a schedule.
Hmm.
Develop a schedule for how you're going to do your week. So you'll have an idea, plan for things to kind of happen, but don't have your schedule so full, but schedule at least a little things that you need to do during the week, and then prioritize.
Mm.
What is it that's urgent? What is it that can wait? And what is it that I really don't have to do now? Because sometimes when we are bombarded with so many things, we feel like I got to respond to this email right now. I got to respond to this right now because I want to be able to get this done. I want to be able to respond to this because you have so much coming in. I have a certain time that I check my emails. I don't check my emails every 30 minutes or on the hour. I have certain things that I get done, stay focused on at certain time blocks so that can help me to stay focused. There's no such thing as trying to multitask. A lot of times people are like, I'm a multitasker. Something's going to have your focus right here or there. I'm not going to be able to talk on the phone and do all these things and say to you, yeah, I see you, Shontaye, and do this live. So you have to be able to have the focus. What is your focus? And focus on that, get that done and get that out of the way, and then go to your next project of what you need to do. And if there are some things, because some things you're able to
How do we do that though, Michelle? Because some people got their babies at home now, and the baby is, you know, they on homeschool and they on, you know?
Okay.
So how do we do that, right? If we got the babies at home now.
Okay, so if I have children at home, then I might need to readjust my schedule to do things before they get up in the morning, or do it whenever they go to bed at night. Whenever Johnny goes and he needs to take a nap, they need to be on a schedule too for the week. What is it that I can get done throughout the weekend so that my week is not as hard? Iron the clothes, but they're not going to be going anywhere, so you good with that. Do I need meal prep? How can I prep meals? That Johnny can go in there and grab that sandwich so I can be that type of meal. Look, Johnny, you sit down, watch this TV, do your schoolwork. No, we're going to have some order, you know? So
Johnny, pretend like you at school. This is the classroom.
Like,
act like you.
Right, set the order. My friend showed me that she has her son on a schedule. He has a schedule wherein he gets up, he takes a shower, like she has him on a schedule day by day from recess or whatever. So have that time set in. If you have children at home, begin to have a schedule in place now, because more than likely these kids aren't going to be going back to school this year anytime soon. So how is it that I can be?
You say they're not going back? Is that what you said, Michelle?
Some might not be going back anytime soon. I know North Carolina, they're close to May 15th.
Uh-oh, y'all heard that from Michelle. You didn't hear from me. Y'all be prepared if your baby is gonna be. Look, be prepared for your baby to not go back to school until August.
Yes, in North Carolina, yes, I said May 15th. Now,
when do they typically get out of school in North
June?
Carolina? Okay, so I mean, what they gonna go back to school for 3 weeks for? Right. And do what? Okay.
So you
water balloon fights for
right for nothing, right? Nothing. So have that time away. Set a schedule to have some time, like you said, listen to some music, like get your mood together, get it in. What is that song that you can play that's going to help you? You know, when you're feeling down and you play that one song, what is that song that's going to help you to get into that mood, to empower you, to inspire you, to relax you? Whatever mood I'm in, what is it that's going to help me in this time?
I can't say my songs on Facebook. I can't say. I can't say. Then y'all gonna be judging me. Y'all gonna judge me.
Right.
I can't believe she listened. Don't worry about it. That's what listen. You got your relationship with God. I got my relationship with God. We got that kind of relationship, Jay and I.
Right.
Linda is saying okay, so write a mission statement. If y'all have questions, y'all need to post them in the chat. I see we got like a lot of comments. Y'all are like kind of co-signing what we've been saying. So we got about 5 minutes. And so Michelle, I would love for you just to like any final thoughts around, because there's a lot. I mean, we don't know. You wake up, you go to bed, this is the deal. You wake up in the morning, it's another deal, right? There's something else going on, right? And the amount of news and information, it just keeps coming out. It just keeps coming out. What do we need to do right now?
Protect your eye gate and your ear gate at all times. You are what you eat. You are what you eat. So whatever you take in, what you constantly eat is what you're gonna have.
So you mean to tell me, like, wait, Michelle, wait. So if I'm listening to, okay, if I'm listening to Rick James and Tina Marie
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few minutes later, I'm listening to Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if that gives me, if that energizes me and
Mm-hmm.
picks up my mood, that's okay. Is what you
Yes,
saying? I can. Okay.
you can do that.
But
Okay.
if I'm reading stuff or hearing things and it's shifting me down, it's taking my energy down. That's not good.
Yeah, and you can think about your daily conversations.
Mm,
What are your daily conversations? Are you speaking life or are you speaking death?
mm,
You can know what you have been taking in by what you've been talking about in your daily conversations. Is this business ain't gonna work? These people getting on my nerves. My clients aren't being appreciative. What is it in your daily conversation?
mm.
You constantly take in positivity. When you constantly take in those things that's going to uplift you, it's going to eventually come out of you. That's
Okay.
why you have to have that time to take in. You have to have that time of meditation. You have to have that time of a time out because you need to constantly fill yourself up. Because we have enough, if you watch the news enough throughout the day, that has enough to cause you to have enough anxiety. If you look, and I have constant people sending me stuff, sometimes I don't even open it. You
Yeah.
have the option. You have the option to turn off Facebook. You have the option to take some people off your news feed. I have certain things. Some people stay on my feed, but some people nope. Negative comments, delete. I don't
Mhm.
have time. Like I'm on like by any means necessary. When you get that by any means necessary attitude, it doesn't matter if they don't even open this up forever. Doesn't mean that
Mm,
my business is gonna fall.
mhm, mhm.
I've made 2 sales today in
Shut up. Go ahead on, Michelle. Now, y'all. So anybody
in a
sitting there
famine.
talking about ain't nobody.
They're doing it. People are
Yeah.
still because they need it.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So you were built for this. You were
Say
not
it. Say
given
it.
a gift to not work it. You were
Mm.
not given a gift to not use it. So just
You
knowing
were
that,
not given a dream to not win.
yes, you were built for it. You were built for it. And you have to remind yourself of that. Remind yourself whenever you're having those moments. Remind yourself when it's chaotic. Remind yourself when the children are hollering and you're trying to type up your business plan. Remind yourself, of those things when you're feeling overwhelmed. Remind yourself of those things.
Oh my goodness. So yes, love that. Love that. Okay, so we're like right at our hour.
All right.
First of all, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you
so,
for
so
having
very
me.
much. You are welcome. And I just want to ask if you have like, I mean, I really think that might have been like your final thought. I don't know.
That's
You
my
got some extra tips? Okay. I was like, you got some else? Because I felt like to me that you was like leaving the mic, you was leaving the stage, kind of like,
thought.
I'm about to go. That's what that kind of felt like to me. I'm gonna say this y'all and then I'm gonna be out. Uh, But thank you again, first of all, so very much for taking time out of your day. I mean, I know I've reached out to you last week was like, I need somebody to come and give us some tools and some resources, especially around all of the things that's going on in the country and in the world in general, really, right? And so much stuff being shared and that we're getting from emails and text messages and social media just in general, that
Yeah.
it can be a lot. So thank you for being here, sharing those tips and strategies with us. So I'm just going to quickly tell you guys, Michelle, you're on Facebook at Dr. Michelle Harris,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
Website is
A new
a
health
new.
solution dot a new health solutions.com.
So y'all listen, y'all go check out Michelle if you need to have a conversation. If you feel like you're not on your best, you're not having your best day, or you're not on your game right now because of a lot of the things that have shifted in the world and in the country right now, reach out to Michelle, have a conversation with her. because you do can they connect with you directly from your website if they need to have a chat with
Mm-hmm.
you? If they
Mm-hmm.
okay.
They connect with me
So
there, or they can send me a message on Facebook. So
she
that'll,
got systems. She got systems. It sounds.
you know it.
She
Thank you so much for having me anytime. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed
got.
you, Shontaye. Like it's like we've known each other.
You know, we talked. Yeah, we
We
talked
talked.
25 minutes before we even got into the business part
I
last week.
know.
It just happens. But no, you're very welcome. Anytime, you can come back because this is much needed. We need this all like ongoing, right? It's not just for now, it's an ongoing, it's really developing that muscle, right? Because like you said, developing inner peace is a process. So it's not something you just go do a meditation, pray, and journal, and now you're gonna have I'm at peace. No, it's not like that.
Yes, right.
It's a process. It's a process. So thank you for sharing those tips and strategies with us, you guys. So listen, we'll be back for some more interviews. And this is our whole for the month of March. We're doing spotlighting women in business and talking to them about how they are making history now. And so if you've been here for the last hour, you got a chance to hear from Dr. Michelle Harris of A New Health Solutions. So you guys listen, I'm Shontaye Hawkins of Profit is the New Black. Thank you all so very much for being here. I've checked and I see that we don't have any questions. We've got a lot of comments. I see my mom's here. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us. And we will see you guys again soon. Thank you.
All right. Bye.